Morning folks, welcome to the David Wilson Out and About YouTube channel. A bit of a different video for me today. My car's brakes have failed and it's due in the workshop tomorrow, so it's basically off the road. So I wanted to still get out and I didn't really fancy doing anything locally, so what I'm doing, I'm taking my first train trip in years down to the Kent coast. So I'm travelling down to Whitstable and taking a walk down that way. So what I'll do, train's due in about 5 minutes. I'll bring you back once I'm on the train. Well, I'm at Rochester station. I think there's only one change en route to Whitstable, but I've now got, this was a 17-minute wait on the same platform, but it's now about half hour, but it doesn't really matter. It's a beautiful day out there. I've got to get used to this train's lark. I've not travelled on trains for years, so but it's like everything, you know, once you've done it a couple of times, you know, the e-tickets and the rest of the things I've now got, then I'll be used to it. Right, this isn't my train, but I'll bring you back when I'm at Whitstable. Well, that's it. I've just left the station. I've just come away from it. There's quite a few people coming off. A lot colder here than when I set out. It was lovely and warm, so I may have to put my jacket, which I got in my bag, on in a minute, but I'll see how it goes. Very breezy. Normally is by the seaside. Right, let's crack on. Oh, the weather's certainly indifferent. 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's cloudy. It's not sure what to do. It's actually surprisingly busy down here, but it's mainly schools and old folk. So there's obviously some school trips. And when I say old folk, I mean, I'm past my mid-60s, but these people are very slow. Literally, I just had a group of people. I had the camera set up. I was setting it up, and they literally walked into me and the camera. I mean, I wasn't even moving. So it's actually, at the moment, it's quite frustrating. I'm glad it's not a weekend and in the thick of the summer. Otherwise, I would literally just turn around and jump back on the train and go home. But anyway, I'm going to walk past the old Neptune and carry on down towards Tankerton, and hopefully it'll get a little bit quieter for me, because I'm not into crowds, but we'll see how it goes. These sea defences made of timber are called groins, and what they're designed to do is stop longshore drift. So basically they're stopping the stone, shingle or sand from being drifting along and moved. So yeah, you'll find these all over the UK, whether it be sand or pebble beach. But they go from tip to sea. Apparently they get checked regularly and they're renewed approximately every 25 years. So not the prettiest of things, but they're there for a purpose. They do a job. What you will also notice that they're at different levels. So if you look to the one to the left, that's quite low, and the one to the right is high. And that's what we're saying about stopping drift. They can be built up in between at different levels. And you know, they should maintain that level. What a quaint looking row of cottages. Although they are directly opposite a sea defence wall, so from downstairs they haven't got much of a view, but they've got great views from the bedroom and the balcony. Well, there's the old Neptune public house, quite famous because it's actually located directly on the beach. Tempted to stop there for a beer, but it's actually very busy already, and I've got a lot more walking to do. Well, we're just going to walk along these cottages past the old Neptune and be on our way a bit further up past the harbour and then onto Saxon Shore Way. Yes, it's very busy along this section, full of children. I'm not going to film them, but you can probably hear them in the background. Well, as you can see by the sign, that's the oyster beds, and I assume that's within the yellow markers. And just to my right here, which I'll show you in a moment, is actually loads of oyster shells that have been discarded into a mound. What a quaint little lane. I think it's called Sea Wall. Well, the sun's back out now, finally. So I'll probably be able to strip off again in a minute. There's a lot more people coming out now. In fact, the group literally nearly walked through my camera. But it is what it is. How do you fancy renting a converted fisherman's hut right on the beach? There we go, we're now at the harbour. Whitstable Harbour is a working harbour, so you're going to expect a lot of background noise. The oyster factory, there's a big cement works locally as well. I just thought I'd get off the main drag and come around the back of the fisherman's market. Less people around here, just to give me a quick breather. Well, that's a great way to recycle your oyster shells. Tip them out on the beach, why not? It's a pebble stone beach here, so I should imagine that mixed in doesn't make a lot of difference, and it actually looks very pretty. Right, I cut out a little bit of the madness by going around the fisherman's market bit and avoiding loads of pedestrians. So I'm just going to come around the front here and get a pan back towards the harbour. And I think there's some more huts just round here. So let's take a walk down towards the sea. And then we'll pan round. And there we go, some very pretty beach huts right on the front there. Right, onwards and upwards towards Tankerton. And I think that is basically where my video will end. Well, there is an excellent angle to see the groins in all their glory. You can literally see right across them. What you will also notice that they're at different levels. So if you look to the one to the left, that's quite low, and the one to the right is high. And that's what we're saying about stopping drift. That they can be built up in between at different levels. And they should maintain that level. Right, better get on back on the path, head that away. Lovely breeze at the moment. Right, let's crack on. It's an awful lot quieter down this end, as you can hear, and I'm grateful for it, to be honest. I was going to go directly to Tankerton this morning, but for some reason I thought, oh, Whitstable will be nice and quiet. I mean, it is quiet by weekend standards and summer holiday standards, but it's just crazy. People walking along and then just stopping on the spot, and people trying to walk into you, not round you. I don't know. The bubble, I do believe that was a calf. I'd have to look it up. Above toilets, but is it open? Not too sure. Yes, it is. It's a calf above toilets. I'm sorry about the wind interference. Not a lot I can do about that, but turn round, and I've just come from that direction, so I'm just going to soldier on and do the best I can. Well, right in the distance, in the centre of shot, on the tip of the land, is Herne Bay. So it's still quite a distance. I'm not heading for there today. I spent a lot more time than I wanted videoing in Whitstable. Basically ruined video. Been going through files and deleting to save myself time when I get it back onto the laptop. But hey ho, that's one of the joys of coming out and trying to film your visits and your walks. Now look at this fine row of beach huts. Blue and white, royal navy blue I call that. One that looks a little bit weather beaten. Yeah, they're very colourful. I think they go back 2 or 3 rows as the hill goes up. I'm sure there's quite a premium for the ones at the front. Some are looking a bit dishevelled, but there you go. Love the ones that people have taken pride in and made them very colourful. Cheerful is a good word to describe it. I'm absolutely loving the wind in my face, although it's not great for the audio on the video, but it's just constant, nice and cooling, and it's very quiet here as in compared to Whitstable, where everywhere you turned you're bumping into people. God knows what it's like at a weekend or summer holidays. I know it's what people want to do, but it's really not my thing. I'm coming out on a Monday with the children at school, I really thought, you know, it was going to be nice and quiet and I'd have the place to myself. I'm very naive. I'm very used to woodland walks and things like that where I just meet dog walkers for a while, then I tend to get the places to myself. So, you know, it's there for everybody. Oh, so now we're approaching Tankerton slopes. I'm not sure whether to go up or go around. I think I'll take the second path up, see where that leads, and then maybe double back down. I don't think there's an awful lot here. It's just known to be an awful lot quieter place to visit, although I can imagine this is still get extremely busy during the weekends and school holidays, especially the summertime. Well, there you go, Tankerton Bay. Very peaceful indeed. So I'm going to fall to the right here, carry on that path, double back to the right a little bit, just get a bench and have a cup of coffee. I've not had a drink since I was on the train actually, so it's been a few hours. And I looked at the old Neptune because it was about midday, 12:30 when I went past that, and it was just packed with people ordering food. I didn't really want food then. I wanted to sit down and have a pint, but you know, it is what it is. They make their money on the food more than the alcohol. I do now wish I had brought a packed lunch. And the idea was to come out, have fish and chips, have a pint. It's just too crowded for me. It's not what I want to do, so I'm not going to do it. Well, I'm up the top of the slope now, looking down. I'll give you a look over the water in a minute. It's absolutely stunning view. You can see the wind farm out at sea, buoy markers, loads of gulls feeding, diving into the water over there. Very, very peaceful indeed. Completely different from Whitstable. Nothing much around me, to be honest. I've just stopped and had a nice cup of coffee, had a little relax, and now I'm going to start heading back towards the station. A walk of two halves really. Quite busy in Whitstable, much quieter here. Nothing to do here, but much quieter, and this is a nice finish to it. I've got to walk back through Whitstable to catch the train, but yeah, all in all, an enjoyable walk. Yeah. Right, well, that's it for now. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to head back. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, please give it the thumbs up. I've got a mixture of content on my channel, nearly 200 videos now, so browse away. Right, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.